Okay, welcome back to Paddy's Golf Tips. I said recently that I felt this site, YouTube, was all about trying to get every single golfer in the world to single figure handicaps. So that's my aspiration. I want to help you all out. But I realized after I said it, and I went back to my Paddy's Golf Tips, that all the tips I've kind of been given are one-off in certain areas of the game and leaving it for you guys to put together. So I've decided now in my next set of Paddy's Golf Tips to do a plan for you. A set progression of what I would do if you came to me as a beginner, or if you came to me as a golfer who's playing for a number of years but is stuck, say, at a 18 handicap and wants to get down to 9, stuck at a 15 handicap. What I would say to you, this is especially relevant for somebody who wants to reset, whether you're starting and you want to go fresh, or whether you're playing for a while and you want to reset things and get back to a position that you can play off single figure handicap.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Padraig Harrington.
Okay, so what will I say? Now I'm going to keep it simple. I don't mean simple as in what I'm saying, I mean simple as what we're going to do. Okay, so the first thing I would say, if you came to me, is we want to just get a bit of motion in our golf swing. So we're trying to get away from being static, still, head down, feet planted, anything like that. So the number one thing I would ask anybody with starting off is to swing the club back and forth. Just back and forth. Now, as you can see, as I'm swinging back and forth, my feet are coming off the ground, my head is swaying, well, not swaying, turning back and forth, and I'm going, just gently. You should be able to swing back and forth at least 5 to 10 times, okay? If you can do that motion there, you've covered nearly all the golf swing, right there. Every shot inside 150 yards will need no more than swinging to your shoulder height. So when you're doing this, think shoulder to shoulder, okay? Back and forth. Shoulder to shoulder. You're comfortably going to play every shot from inside 150 yards with that length of backswing. That intensity in the backswing. See, I'm nice and relaxed. That's exactly the intensity you want in the backswing. I haven't thought about anything bar swinging the club back and forth. And you will see my knees, hips, torso are turning enough. I'm not thinking about turning. They're following that club head. My arms are all following. Okay, back and forth. Shoulder to shoulder, okay? Shoulder to shoulder. You don't want to be going up here because it's hard to keep the rhythm. We're just going shoulder to shoulder. We're going to add a little progression into that. We want to actually have a little pause at this shoulder. So a little pause here and a longer pause here. Little pause, longer pause. Little pause, longer pause. Little pause, long pause, okay? Still, we're keeping that nice rhythm going back and forth. Everything's moving, my head's moving, as you can see, body's moving, feet are moving, okay? Next progression, as you can see, I don't know if this is a progression because you're probably already doing it. As you can see, you always start up here, okay? When I go back, I naturally step back, okay? So that's kind of our backswing, always shoulder height. We never make a practice. We're not going to use a golf ball for a while. A lot of these drills are going to be able to be done at home. If you have a backyard where you have a bit of grass, this is going to be ideal. Okay, so we're not going to hit golf shots. For a beginner, I don't even see us hitting golf shots for full shots for a while, a month maybe, 3 months maybe, if you were that disciplined. We're going to keep working on back, forth, shoulder height. So we're step, step. Now, if you're doing this probably correctly, you'll find that you keep nudging a little bit forward as you might be going out of shot there, because the step forward, so your step back is kind of within this area and your step forward is always a little longer. So you end up gradually going 4 or 5 inches forward every time you do this, okay? Shoulder to shoulder, pause, 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 longer pause. Again, shoulder height. That covers all the simplicity in the game. We don't need any more than that length of backswing, that rhythm to hit it 150 yards, okay? So shoulder to shoulder, okay? That's kind of ideal. Outside of that, right, there's things we're going to have to find. we want to make sure, this is probably going to be the first bit of technical stuff. We want to make sure that your wrists are active in this golf swing, because we're going to need that speed. We're going to need, that's how you get a good strike, okay? Now to do that, you're going to have a good setup, okay? And what I mean by a good setup is actually a good grip. So let's look at this. I didn't say to you when you were starting off there, I never once mentioned anything about your posture, okay? Never talked about my legs or my spine angle, anything like that, because I want you to have a nice, relaxed posture. As you can see as I'm doing this, the one thing you never want to do, don't bend your knees. Look, of course you don't lock them out, that would be unathletic, okay? Don't bend your knees, just have them nice and relaxed. And as I said, if you're moving back and forth, they'll find a nice place of balance. You won't be going up on your heels or your toes. They'll just find a nice place. Okay, so that's your leg posture. You don't stick your bum out, you don't arch your back, you don't get straight. You're actually quite relaxed, your arms hang down. Again, because I didn't mention it at the start, I'm hoping that you just routinely just swung back and forth. So, right, now we've got a bit of rhythm going. We've got a little bit of step action going. Step back, step forward. We've got a little bit of pause, and you can do those steps. You can pause and do it with a good high step if you want. Okay, mine are just nice and little, getting used to that, okay? So posture, nice and relaxed. You don't have to worry about your posture, to be honest. As long as you don't try and get into golf posture, you'll be okay. As long as you just stand nice and relaxed, because in a relaxed position, we can then get into our golf posture. But that's for another day. We're not getting that far yet. At this moment, we're swinging back and forth. Look, you can do it one-handed. Again, you can see everything is moving nice and relaxed. Same with my right hand. Always shoulder height. In my head, mentally shoulder height. Some of these swings are going to there, but in my head, I'm swinging to my shoulder with my hands, and I'm swinging to my shoulder with my hands, okay? That swing, you need no more than that to hit a shot from inside 150 yards. If you're swinging a wedge from 120 and you're going like this with a big turn, you're doing it wrong. The club is being inefficient. This swing will make the club stay on plane when you're swinging back and forth. Okay, as long as you swing from up here backwards, you tend to keep the club on plane. Okay, so as long as the swing, you see a lot of pros will start their practice swing on a tee they'll go this way to take a practice swing. So as long as you start forward, you tend to keep it on plane. And for somebody out there who has a chronic problem keeping the club on plane, why not play by starting the club forward? You have no problem starting the club forward and hitting a golf ball, okay? But for us, we're going to start forward, back and forth.